Welcome back to the Teacup Trail. We will wrap up episode 1 of season 10. Thanks for your patience. It has been a crazy week, and I noticed some new people on here. Welcome to the Teacup Trail. I'm excited to finish this episode and jump into episode 2, which is another great episode. We should get started.
Skip! Henry!
Oh, Elizabeth. Jack?
Mr. Gowan! You coming to the surprise?
Well, you know, I'm not much one for surprises.
Mr. Gowan, Henry, I feel like he's like in that phase of just like trying to be by himself and try to like process the child and what he wants in his future. He doesn't seem like 100% happy. Of course he's not, because he had to go to this trial, this hearing, and see what his ultimate consequence, the price that he had to pay for what happened in the oil company.
Are you sure? The whole town's invited. But with your good news, I think you'd want to celebrate.
Oh, the good news, yeah.
So we'll see you there?
I'll try. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Say goodbye to Mr. Gowan.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Jack.
He doesn't want to go to the surprise that Lucas planned for the whole town. So he sensed that he's not himself, and Elizabeth sees that. She looked at him with a concern on her face. You're gonna hum, right? You're gonna hum tonight and celebrate. I'm still hoping for like a positive breakthrough for him this season. We'll see if he will go to the surprise. Jack, cute as always. It's really nice seeing him be able to talk and have a solid conversation. The greeting, the goodbye. I noticed a little editing error. I don't know what to call it, but do you notice Jack, when he walked down the stairs, he didn't have a stuffed animal in his hand? And then by the end of the scene, he had like a dog stuffed animal. I don't know if you noticed that. I was like, nice try. I caught that.
I wonder what Lucas is up to.
Everyone, please come in. Come in. Thank you for coming to our little surprise. Minnie and I found we had some surplus food, so we decided to join forces.
Another community dinner, but on a bigger scale, because Minnie and Lucas partnered together to host this grand and very nice dinner for everyone in town. So that is such a sweet surprise.
And to all of you who unwittingly helped, along with everyone else, this is our treat to you all, a community dinner. So please, enjoy.
And it's totally Lucas. He loved to do these surprises and these nice big gestures for the people that he cares about.
You sit. You cooked this entire meal.
Thank you.
Of course, Pastor Joseph gets the head at the table. I was like watching out where everyone is sitting, you know, and see if there's like any drama they're gonna hum up.
Hey.
What have you done?
Our work isn't everything. Good company and great food are life. I'm just gonna help that.
Finally, we get to see a quick moment between Lucas, Elizabeth, and Jack. I'm really excited to see Lucas more hands-on with Jack this season and step into that father figure for him. But for now, we see Elizabeth and Jack arrive to the dinner, and just hear how Lucas was watching Jack walk away with Opal. It's just here. He's very hands-on with Jack, and we will get to see more of that as the season goes on, I'm sure.
Rosemary, you didn't find a single
Oh, I did. Molly helped me dye it purple.
That was my favorite one.
This is something that can be like a division, but in my opinion, I think what Rosemary did was a little bit out of line in my book. She died. She died, Elizabeth. One of Elizabeth past maternity clothes into a different color. Elizabeth did give those clothes to Rosemary as a gift. Rosemary did have the freedom to do what she wanted, but since Elizabeth lives next door and Rosemary sees her every day, I wouldn't have like dyed her dress like right in front of her face. So I thought it was a little bit rude.
And now it's one of my favorites. Oh, I hope it's okay.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
But Elizabeth's such a good friend. She's like, you know what? You're pregnant. I'm so happy for you. This is the baby that you and Lee have been waiting for. Like, you know, not let it get in between them in the friendship.
Everyone, I'd like to say a few words of gratitude for our wonderful meal, for our wonderful friends and neighbors for making it possible.
Sometimes where the characters sit at the table in the scene, sometimes it tells you a story, but nothing major is going on. The first time I watched the scene, I was thinking, oh, if Faith is going to sit next to Nathan, have some drama there, you know? But for now, there's no drama.
Now, we all know the last few months have not been easy. But if we put our heads and our hearts and our hands together, there's nothing we can't accomplish.
Can I have Mama?
Maybe I'm wrong, but it's here though. Jack put his hand out to Elizabeth. Maybe she taught him about how to pray, like have your hands together or hold hands when you pray together in a group. I thought that was such a cute moment there. They are about to pray together. And I did not expect this at all, but I thought it was a nice little touch.
Let us ask for humility to accept a little help. Let us be thankful for community, for this is where we find safety.
And also that quick glance to Richard, Robert's dad, as Joseph was talking about community, asking for help and be together as community. Joseph's speech is stirring something inside of Richard. Maybe he is second guessing about moving out of Hope Valley. There's no place like Hope Valley, and Richard knows that.
And let us always remember to do justly, to love mercy, and to always walk humbly before God. Let us give thanks.
Once again, really nice to have that little touch of community prayer. Of course, they didn't pray out loud or have someone pray out loud, but close enough. Love the Bible verse. I think that's like one of the Bible verses that you can just live by, you know, like a life motto that we can live by and follow. Once again, a nice surprise from Lucas and Minnie. Community dinner and just being together through the hard time and the good time. They stay together, and that's really important.
Henry? Bill? Why aren't you at the surprise?
Why aren't you?
I didn't want people making a fuss over me.
Me neither.
Bill and Henry are two peas in a pod. Yeah, I'm gonna name that. I'm gonna name them like that. Two peas in a pod. Seriously, like these two men, it sucks, you know, what they're going through, and I'm hoping for the best for the both of them throughout the season. Just a miracle for each one of them, you know. But yeah, they're not at the surprise. They're feeling down, they're going through a lot of stuff personally, but sometimes you have to be with other people to have that support and have that love. You don't want to go through something in your life by yourself.
I thought you said you was on the mend.
Well, people say a lot of things.
Well, from where I'm standing, look like you got a lot of good days left.
These two men need support. It's better if they go through the struggles with each other with people that will support them and love on them and keep an eye after them. Bill, he's still huffing, and he tried not to huff much in front of people, but he's not shy to huff a lot in front of Henry, and Henry like, why you still huffing? Like, you should be okay, like, you lying to me. So these two men are kind of like half lying to each other. Bill doesn't want to tell Henry that his health is like getting bad, and Henry trying to show to Bill like he's not letting the trial affect him, but it is affecting Henry mental health. He feeling down, and he needs his spirit lift up. Also, that was a nice thing for Henry to say to Bill, like, hey, like, okay, you have something going on with your health, but you're gonna make it, you're gonna live long. And I think that's a very positive thing to hear from Henry to Bill. You know, when people go through health issue, like, they don't want to hear the negative. They want positive, encouraging words from people around them.
So do you, Henry. So do you.
I don't know if I believe that.
You tell me why I'm trying to keep you out of prison.
Because you're a good man, Bill.
And Bill said it back to Henry, like, you know, you just have to be happy, you just have to live a long life too. And that's a nice encouragement from Bill to Henry at the same time. Random thought, when Henry said, you're a good man, Bill, it kind of like poked Bill up. He lighted up a little bit. Maybe he had a thought like, why am I suffering through this health issue? Like, did I do something to deserve this health issue, right? But he is a good man, and life is not fair, right? And things happen.
Enjoy your time. It's a gift.
That's what Elizabeth said.
It's an interesting comparison, right? Bill, he's out of jail, like, he doesn't have to worry about being in a jail cell for 6 years. He is a free man, but he is suffering with a health issue. On the other hand, Henry, he doesn't have freedom. He's gonna be stuck in a jail cell probably for 6 years, and he won't have the freedom to do what he wants to do. He cannot work anymore. He cannot enjoy his freedom and do activities that he wants to do, be with people that he loves, especially his son. Remember his son a couple of seasons ago? Of course, he will want to see his son again, and maybe Abigail, if that's still going on. I miss Abigail. Anyway, so it's an interesting comparison. You know, Henry, like, enjoy your time, like, it's a gift, like, you're not gonna be in prison, you're still alive, you're still breathing. Just be grateful for each day that you get to live.
She's a smart lady. Perhaps you consider listening to her.
Elizabeth is like a daughter-in-law that Bill never had. Elizabeth keeps him balanced, and he needs that. He needs someone that will keep his 2 feet on the ground and know how to take care of him, and to make sure that he knows how to take care of himself. Elizabeth meant well. She wants the best for Bill. She wants him to stick around longer, especially Bill being the godfather to Jack. Of course, like, she doesn't want Bill to die anytime soon. I cannot wait to talk about episode 2 in relation to the love triangle. Love triangle, once again. But for now, it looks like it's just Faith and Nathan that have an issue, and Fiona just like rooting for them. She's like, Nathan, like, there's your chance, like, make a move, like, talk to Faith.
Here. Come on.
And he was just like, I don't know. And he was gonna go for it. And then he got interrupted by Allie. And of course, Allie being his daughter, like, she's number one. So he took off with Allie for a dance. Instead of the three Musketeers, the three Powerpuff Girls, how I feel every time I see the three ladies together. I think it's a great storyline this season. I think it adds to that drama, mix of drama, stirring the pot for this season, especially when it comes to Nathan Love Life.
I know how hard this is for you.
Daddy, come dance with me.
This will be the last community dinner for Richard and his family. He looks really sad, so maybe he would change his mind.
Lee, thank you so much for agreeing to be Lucas's best man.
Oh, I'm honored. Oh, right. Elizabeth, I was just wondering if you had chosen a maid of honor yet.
Now, the squad, the 4 people that stick together as a team, Lee, Rosemary, Lucas, and Elizabeth. Of course, Lee is honored and excited to be Lucas' best man, and Rosemary took this opportunity to ask Lee to make a pitch for her to be picked as the maid of honor.
Or matron. Matron of honor.
Rosemary, of course.
Oh, really?
Who else would I ask?
But you didn't ask.
This is funny, right? Like, Rosemary, like, you didn't ask, and I'm just like, you could have just asked her yourself right there, and instead of asking your husband to make the proposal, the pitch, to get Rosemary to be picked as maid of honor.
Oh, I just assumed it was obvious. Rosemary, I can't imagine getting married without you by my side. Would you please be my matron of honor?
I would be delighted.
You know, Elizabeth, like, automatically she knew, like, she already had a plan in her mind. Rosemary, she's the one. But Rosemary, she could have asked Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is her best friend. I know she didn't want to overstep or make a scene, or she doesn't want to look like she is selfish. She respects that Elizabeth had 2 sisters and other possible ladies that could be her maid of honor. So I understand on that part, but it's just funny that Lee was put on the spot to ask Elizabeth when Rosemary could have since the beginning, but Lee was like Rosemary boost of confidence to just say it out loud and have it cleared out, like, am I your maid of honor or not? But on the other hand, you can't blame Rosemary 100%. It is expected for the bride to ask formally if someone wants to be the maid of honor or bridesmaids and so forth. But I feel good for Rosemary. She feels good, she feels better. She's like, yes, I scored the role, the position in her wedding. Of course, it's gonna be Rosemary. But she just wanted to be sure, and she just wanted to find out in a nice way without overstepping. And Elizabeth is super happy to ask her, and she is happy that Rosemary accepted. And it's so sweet how Lucas and Lee watched this unfold in front of them. They have that look of just support and love for the friendship. The wives are best friends with one another, and it's just nice to see that. And Lee and Lucas have grown closer to each other because of Rosemary and Elizabeth.
Good. Because I already told Abigail and my sisters you'd be doing it.
We know Elizabeth had 2 sisters. I remember that. But did you way, do you hear that Elizabeth mentioned about Abigail? And I'm just like, please don't give us false hope. I would love to have Abigail back, but how they gonna fit Abigail into the wedding ceremony? You know what I mean? Unless Abigail like writes a letter and say, "I cannot make it. I'm sorry." I don't know. I just want to get my hopes up if Abigail makes a cameo or a short appearance in this season.
Can I have your attention, everyone? A few people have come forward saying they'd like to express their gratitude. Well, I think that's great. So if anyone would like to say something, please go ahead.
That is sweet, and at the same time, I feel like it's Thanksgiving at this community dinner.
I'll go first.
Oh.
Ned and I are so grateful for this wonderful night, and even more grateful for the wonderful company.
That was very nice of Florence to say and to formally, properly thank Minnie and Ned added in Lucas too.
To our chef and our most gracious host.
Yes, to Minnie and Lucas.
Good job, Mom.
And it's great. It's a great thing that Lucas and Minnie did for the whole town. And I love how Lucas looked over to Elizabeth. That smile on his face. He's like, like, don't clap for me. Like, I did my duty. He's very humble when people thank him or show appreciation to him. But at the same time, that smile is, he got everything that he wants. This community, the great loving people around him, his future wife and his future son, bonus son. I don't like the stepson. I feel like that's more evil. He got everything that he ever wanted, and I think he felt that gratitude in that moment while everyone clapped their hands.
I have a very special poem I've been hoping to read, and this feels like the perfect occasion. It was written by one of our own, who would prefer to remain anonymous for now.
When Elizabeth said that she didn't want to mention the name of the poet that wrote the poem, she looked over in Allie's direction, and I was a little bit nervous for Allie. I'm like, Elizabeth, like, don't look over to Allie too much. Allie, of course, she's getting that butterfly feeling, like, oh boy, I hope people like it. It's still intense for her because that's her poem, those are her words. That's her creativity, that's her heart poured out. The feelings, emotion, and thoughts that she wrote into that poem, and she gets to taste. A taste of a sample of, how people are gonna react to her poem, and if she should continue writing or should she stop if she felt embarrassed after this moment. But Elizabeth meant well. She's a teacher. She's honest. She knows when something is good, and she wants to give that boost of confidence to Allie. Like, hey, you can do this too. The next time, you can read out loud. You can share other people your words of wisdom, your creativity, your poems. Share it to the world. You never know if someone needs to hear it. But for now, Elizabeth just allowing Allie to grow in that area and to have that room to grow and be confident.
It's called Carpe Diem. Carpe diem and seize the day, so the ancient poets say. We have this moment, so make it count. Never mind when troubles mount. We'll help each other through thick and thin, blessed to have the moment we're in.
Allie, she's feeling proud for herself. She had that proud smile. It's her work. She wrote that, and she feels proud of herself for that. And Nathan, like, he knows his daughter, so he looked over there. He's like, yeah, this is you, and of course he is proud of her. It's a nice poem, very short but sweet. It's just full of wisdom on how to live life, right? Do not worry about tomorrow, right? Live in the moment.
Yes.
Have fun.
Jack is off to play with the other kids. It's nice to see Elizabeth give him some independence, some freedom, as long as he's with other kids that will watch him at the same time.
May I have a dance as well?
Yes, you may.
May I have this dance?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Lucas and Elizabeth, in the very back of the scene when Rosemary asked Lee for a dance, do you see how Lucas kissed both of Elizabeth's hands before they started dancing? I didn't catch that the first time, but now the second time I did. They were so cute. But then Richard interrupted Lee and Rosemary, and I think this is a great turnaround.
Lee, can I have a word?
Richard, hi.
I think I was a bit stubborn. As our pastor says, we all need to be humble. So,
Can you start Monday?
Lee is still working on some contracts to keep his business running and to keep his employees to not lay them off. So hopefully he gets a contract really soon, but for now he is so nice to Richard and his family. He's like, can you start Monday, like right off the bat?
I'll be there.
All right.
Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome. The good Lord will provide, right?
Yes, he will.
I hope so.
And Richard is very grateful for that. And Rosemary, she is a proud wife of Lee. She's proud that Lee has a good heart. No matter what happened in Lee and Rosemary private family life, they still support other people. They still care for other people. Rosemary had a lot of expenses for her newspaper company and her maternity clothes. So they are sacrificing a lot to help a lot of people in Hope Valley.
So I talked with Lee, and he offered me that job.
We're staying!
Also, I was thinking Lucas and Elizabeth are getting their wedding dance practice in, just saying. But Richard and his family are happy to stay in Hope Valley, and they couldn't wait to announce it. Robert couldn't wait to announce the great news, so that's great.
I'm so happy you're staying.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful.
Of course, Elizabeth is happy as well. She doesn't want to see any of her current and past students to move out of Hope Valley. It's like her second set of children, so she's so happy that Robert and Sarah, Robert's sister, will stay.
I can't remember the last time I danced that much.
I think I saw everyone dancing. Even Ethan was having fun.
Maybe it's time you two buried the hatchet.
Now we're back to the Powerpuff Girls. Of course, we get a little bit more updates, a little bit more information on how Faith is feeling about Nathan.
There's no hatchet. Maybe you're right, but it's not like we ever had a relationship. Not like me and Carson.
You two were practically engaged.
Then life took us in different directions.
Is Carson ever coming back to Hope Valley to the show? I don't think he is, but he's out of the picture. Faith is single, and Fiona kind of like the mama bear of the girl group. She knows when something is wrong. Like, she can like feel you, and she's gonna say as it is. So she's like bluntly telling Faith like, okay, so if you and Carson went through all those craziness, and you broke up after you were engaged to him, like you should be able to deal with Nathan, you know, like you didn't really date him, you were not engaged to him. There's some miscommunication, misunderstanding. They need to clear the air. And Fiona thinking like you can just go to him and talk it out and just set the record straight. But Faye, she nervous. She's shy. She doesn't know how to start. She doesn't know how to approach Nathan. She is not ready to talk to Nathan.
But we're fine. Then why can't you be fine with Nathan? Unless you actually do have feelings for him. It's fine with me if you do.
I don't.
May, that's the other thing. May is like, she can be an obstacle for Nathan and Faye. She seemed to be over Nathan, but she could not be over Nathan, right? She's very forceful in the things that she say in the scene, like, oh, I'm over Nathan, like we're just friends, we better off as friends. But at the same time, she questioned Faith, like, oh, do you have feeling for him? And I'm in that look on her face when she asked Faith, I'm like, are you trying to ask Faith not only because to put her on the spot, but also you want to find out if you have an opportunity to be with Nathan if Faith is not interested?
I definitely don't. There's nothing there except friendship. He's fun to have as a friend. And I think real love is worth waiting for.
Faith does have feeling for Nathan. Like her mouth says no, but her face says yes. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I feel like May can be like half lying, you know? Or maybe like her feelings can change again, right? And she might like Nathan again. And then we have a legit war, a love triangle officially between Nathan, May, and Faye. I thought it was gonna be anyway, since season 9, season 10. I think the love triangle is gonna happen again.
And in the meantime, now you have us.
But now May is very confident in her solid friendship with Nathan, and I'm glad that Nathan and May cleared the air between the two. Fiona's really nice. She's very encouraging. She's like, hey, you need to talk to Nathan. But at the same time, she's like, in a way, like indirectly telling Faith, like, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to find love. And real love is worth waiting for. And Faith smiled at that. And I'm like, okay, maybe her real love is Nathan. We'll see how this season goes.
We have so much to be grateful for.
But we can always do more.
I hope you don't feel like you have to prove something.
Well, maybe I'm trying to prove something to myself.
This is a nice, sweet moment between the two. I thought we wouldn't get this kind of scene at the end of this episode. To see them two alone again. Very romantic and quiet, simple, but still had that romance in the moment.
That I'm the kind of man who deserves a woman like you.
Okay.
Look.
Wow.
Incredible.
And Lucas, he's like having second thoughts about himself. Like, is he worthy to be Elizabeth's second husband? And Elizabeth, like, where is this coming from? Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're about to get married and you're having these doubts about who you are and yourself. And to myself, I'm like, Lucas did a lot of things for Hope Valley, for Elizabeth, for Jack. Like, Lucas, like, you need to slow down.
Yes, you are.
And that is a great girlfriend right there. A great future wife. She she blessed him with that word. You know, yes you are incredible, a very supportive partner, and that was very sweet of her to say to him, and he felt really good about that. He needs those reminders from time to time, and of course with all those wedding stress and excitement and jitters, like Luca probably like overwhelmed a little bit and probably thinking about his future, and you know, he wants to be the best husband, he wants to be the best father to Jack and any future his. So it's totally understandable, but Elizabeth right there to remind him like, hey, you are good enough, and that's very important.
What the heck? Carpe diem.
With that, we end episode 1 of season 10. Woo! Finally, that Bill, he trying out the creek, the hot spring, and good for him. You know, seize the day, live in the moment, carpe diem. That's the episode title, and I feel like everyone did that in their own way throughout the episode. Any comments? Feel free. Love talking to people about the show, and subscribe if you haven't. Once again, to all the new people, welcome to the Teacup Trail, and I'm glad you are here. The more the merrier. Give a like if you like this review, and I will see you for episode 2. Thank you for your patience. So far YouTube is good so far with the copyright thing, and also I try to like keep an eye out on comment section, so if you see the comment section turned off, that's YouTube, not me, and I try to make sure that it stays open at all times. And as usual, there is a playlist on my channel, my homepage channel, of all the reviews for this season. So if you miss any, feel free to check out the playlist. And yeah, that's it. See you very soon. Bye.